Well, hello internet, here we are. Well, as I look out my window, I see the snow melting. It is, well, the better part are gone. There is birds starting to sing, people starting to walk out again, even kids out in their little puddle bicycles splashing through the puddles. I really long to be back on the road, out traveling, out enjoying things, out exploring and on adventures. However, it's still about -5 or so during the day, and can get down to be about -15 Celsius at night, so it's still pretty chilly. I know the camper that I borrow does have a furnace and all that good stuff, but you know how that works, right? I've been trying to get out to the Jayco to even see if it survived the winter and do a walkthrough, clean it up, get it all ready to go. However, with it freezing, I can't, you know, purge the system, or shouldn't put the battery back in it, or even go too far camping with it. And with a few things that I got going on, I would like to build some stuff before I go camping, like a gas can holder in the back of the truck I borrow, and when the generator is in the back of the truck on my camping trips, I need a more secure way of tying it down than just strapping it to the fuel cans, which are strapped to the toolbox, which is in the truck already. So there's a guy on Marketplace selling rubberized mats that go in your truck box, and I'm thinking of picking one up and putting in there for the generator to sit on, so it doesn't chew a hole through the Line-X or the discount Line-X that's in it, you know, into the steel. However, of course, you know that sometimes those projects are easier said than getting them done with everything going on. You know, with struggle of overcoming a few things just to get out there, loading up tools, loading up the generator in the truck, buying stuff. I've been on the budget kind of side. A lot of these items have been pushed aside, and you know, they cause me a little more stress than they need to be. I've started walking when I can. I sometimes overdo it, and it costs me a day or two to recover, but it does feel good to walk when I do get out to walk. Sometimes, even though it's only, you know, -5, +5, depends on the day, I find myself walking later at night or in the evening, just because there's less noise, less people, a little bit cooler than to walk, and things seem to work out better. With the warmer weather here, there's been a little more activity over at those apartments that caught on fire last fall. I don't know if the melting of the snow has ran in underneath the tarp into the holes in the roof, but the disaster service people have been here doing, like, it sounds like they're vacuuming and pulling up carpet and banging around. I'm not sure if they're removing drywall at that stage and insulation, or what they're doing, but there's been a little more activity and noise, which, hey, is perfectly fine. You know, a guy needs to learn to sleep during hours that more of the world sleeps on, and not allow his natural body rhythm to keep him awake throughout the night. I've always been a natural night person where I can function very, very well at nights. I worked graveyards at retail locations for years and never had trouble. Where others struggled, I thrived in the night environment. Back in the day, of course. And I've tried my best to, hold a day schedule, and I can hold day schedules. However, I can get up early in the mornings, work till late at nights, get up early in the mornings again. I am, cheerful and all that good stuff. However, I prefer nights. And, it limits a guy to what can happen. And like I said, with warmer weather here, a guy wants to get out, do shopping, get things squared away, but it's going to be a good summer. I'm hoping things are going to be good. Things are a little better this year. I am doing better than I was last winter. And I know we're still early into the spring. However, I'm doing better. I've had a few setbacks. However, if I can keep things going the way they are, we're gonna have a good summer. Hoping to get out in the camper here in probably mid to late May, and everything to be squared away from there. But I guess, one day at a time, one step at a time, and things will work out the way they are. When I go out on my walks, I see the ice starting to melt off the water. You start to hear the birds coming back. Of course, the birds like crows, you find them in the wintertime, but the smaller birds, I'm not quite sure where they were all winter. If they're in abandoned buildings or barns, or if they migrate from warmer areas and come back this way. I know the wonderful Canadian goose migrates in the wintertime. They leave in the fall and go down to like the States and be a wonderful pest down there. And then in the spring they start heading back this way. And soon they will be back at our local park in another month and a half or so, and then they'll be nesting, and then what would it be, around July or so they'll have their babies, and that'll be kind of neat. Maybe if things can get worked out, maybe I can go and take some photos this year around the park and get the geese like I did the one year again. I like to do some camping adventures, work on the trailer a bit, and get my list squared away, because I'm hoping, like I said there, maybe late May, early June, to be on my big epic road trip adventure, because I want to get her squared away and done this year, and before the weather gets too hot, too super hot, like the weather you find in July and August most years for here. And of course, super hot for here is only about 35, maybe 40 degrees Celsius, of course. But yeah, it's weird when it's kind of a nice feeling when you see the snow melt. You start to see the puddles form, you start to see the ice, you start to see the snow melt, everything the winter's grip starts to get released, and the days change from being dark at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon to lighter and lighter every day, and like 6 o'clock in the evening it's still light, and you're like, great, and in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, it's starting to lighten up rather than still being dark. It's kind of kind of a good feeling to see that happen. But you know how it goes. One day at a time, one step at a time. The seasons never stop changing. The weather is going to be what it is. The only thing you can really control is, well, some of the factors in your life that you have control over. The rest kind of changes as it is, and you sort of have to roll with the change, accept what it is, and it is what it is. Accept what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.